11 Things You Didn't Know About The Rock. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is many things. He's the hardest working guy in showbiz, a charming old-school action hero, the highest-paid actor on the planet, a former WWE wrestler, a most attractive man alive winner, and a revitalizer for aging movie franchises. Heck, it seems inconceivable that a decade ago the Fast and Furious franchise could go on for much longer, let alone regularly power to $1 billion. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has become one of Hollywood's top stars. In recent years, he's been in many movies that show off his athleticism, as well as his comedic timing. Welcome to VOLO Media. Here are 11 things you probably didn't know about the insanely likable actor. 11. Wrestling runs in his family. Chances are the former wrestler got into the business because it runs in his blood. His grandfather was Peter High Chief Mavia and was quite famous. Johnson's mother married wrestler Rocky Johnson, making Dwayne Johnson a third-generation wrestler. There was a lot of hype surrounding him at the start of his career because of his family connection to the business. He also has cousins and uncles who are wrestlers. 10. He might run for president. He certainly wouldn't be the first actor to get into politics. When asked if he'd ever have the desire to run for office, he answered, "Right now, the best way I can impact the world is through entertainment. One day, and that day will come, I can impact the world through politics. The great news is that I'm American, therefore I can become president. But don't forget, I am G.I. Joe." 9. His production company is named $7 because at the time, that's all he had. In 1995, the future famous actor was dropped from the Calgary Stampeders and left broke. He didn't have a car, and when he counted his money, he was very disappointed. "Pulled out my wallet, and yeah, I had a 5, a 1, and some change," he told Esquire. "I remember thinking, all I have is $7. At that time, I wanted so much more." 8. He was arrested 9 times before the age of 17. Dwayne Johnson had a rough go of it growing up in Hawaii. At 14, his family was evicted from their small apartment, and he turned to crime to make some fast cash. He was involved in a theft ring that targeted high-end tourist spots. The pain of being evicted and seeing his mother in tears fueled his desire to take action. Any action, even if it wasn't always the right move. However, it was certainly a formative experience for young Johnson. After that, he decided to take control the only way he could, by improving his body. The successful men I knew of, Stallone, Arnold, Bruce Willis, they were men of action. It isn't often that your heroes become your peers. 7. His high school classmates thought he was a narc. At the tender age of 16, Dwayne Johnson was already so far into puberty that he could effortlessly rock an old-school gangster look, complete with a pencil-thin mustache just above his lip, not to mention the fact that he was already a stunning 6'4" and weighed 215 pounds. The high school picture circulated on Twitter until it was seen by Johnson himself. He tweeted, "I attended multiple high schools in 4 years, Hawaii, Nashville, and Pennsylvania. Everyone thought I was an undercover cop. True story." Ironically, it was the furthest thing from the truth. At the time, Dwayne Johnson was putting his manly looks to other uses, such as chilling in dive bars and hustling cars from hapless folks. 6. He was paid $5.5 million for his first starring role. The Rock commanded such a hardcore fan base that for his cameo in the 2001 adventure movie The Mummy Returns, his first big-screen role, he had enough power to parlay that goodwill into a starring role for the 2002 Mummy prequel spin-off, The Scorpion King, where he earned $5.5 million. Compared to what he earns per flick today, it isn't much. However, it's without a doubt a hefty sum. So hefty, in fact, that he still retains the Guinness World Record for highest paycheck earned by an actor for their first starring film. The Scorpion King was ripped apart by critics and isn't remembered as even a fun, trashy classic today. However, it was a key stepping stone for The Rock to become the Hollywood superstar he is today. 5. Holds the record for most selfies taken. Not content with merely being the most electrifying man in sports entertainment or the highest paid actor in the world, Dwayne Johnson is the kind of overachiever who also holds the Guinness World Records title for most selfies taken within a period of 3 minutes. During this time, he took a whopping 105 selfies with excited fans at the red carpet premiere of San Andreas. Kim Kardashian, eat your heart out. A Guinness World Records adjudicator was present at the premiere. Several selfies were disqualified, presumably because they were blurry and weren't fully viewable from the neck upward. However, 105 selfies inside of 3 minutes, especially in the chaotic and stimulating atmosphere of a red carpet premiere, is a gobsmacking achievement. It's a terrific shoulder workout, if nothing else. 4. He created the word smackdown. One awesome word that the Merriam-Webster added to their dictionary in 2007 was smackdown. This just so happens to be the word that The Rock introduced to the world in 1997. To lay the smackdown on someone is to unequivocally beat them in any context. It was a word born of necessity. Smacking an opponent into the dirt wouldn't cover the severity of The Rock's punishments, both verbal and physical. Neither would taking them down. Seemed to be a sufficient enough phrase to convey the awesomeness of this particular brand of butt-kicking. However, combining both phrases to create the ultimate smackdown just about covers it. Of course, the word would go on to take on a life of its own, as it later became the name of a WWF/WWE show that aired on Friday nights. 3. He eats 7 meals a day. In order to maintain that superhuman physique, The Rock consumes a 10-pound mountain of food every day. Each day, he eats 7 meals. The meals consist of what you'd expect: broccoli, eggs, fish, potatoes, rice, and an assortment of other vegetables. The Rock is particularly fond of codfish, eating roughly 821 pounds of it per year. However, this unique diet is not just for fueling his strict workout regimen, but also to get through movie shoots, press tours, and whatever else he must go through. He averages around 5,000 calories a day, twice what the average man consumes per day. However, The Rock doesn't skimp out on cheat day either. On one cheat day, The Rock posted his cheat meal: 21 peanut butter brownies, 4 double dough pizzas, and a dozen pancakes. 2. Batman invites The Rock to visit the Batcave. Finally, The Rock has come back to Batman's Gotham. At least it seems that way, as former WWE superstar, now Fast and Furious leading man Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been invited to the Batcave by the Dark Knight himself. Not an actor, the actual literal Batman. This comes on the heels of the announcement of Johnson's upcoming starring role as classic DC supervillain Black Adam, which is planned to hit theaters on December 22, 2021, while Robert Pattinson will play Batman. Before our number 1, do subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. 1. He had a cameo on Star Trek Voyager. The year 2000 was clearly decisive for The Rock's career. Not only did he host SNL, he also made a cameo in the Star Trek Voyager episode Sunkatsi as the champion, a gladiatorial contender. At the time, WWF, SmackDown, and Voyager both aired on UPN, so a crossover of sorts made sense. The champion bears a striking resemblance to The Rock, and not just in terms of his appearance. One of his finishing moves is the People's Elbow, and he often made a very Rock-like gesture in the form of the People's Elbow. Of course, The Rock performed his own stunts on the show. The episode drew 4.1 million viewers, which was a season high. Everybody wanted to smell what The Rock was cooking, whether they were Star Trek fans or not. Can you think of any other interesting facts about The Rock? Sound off in the comments.